Support and resistance are probably the most used concepts in trading, but do they really work? Do moving averages really act like supports? Does Ichimoku really hold price? And which levels are actually respected by the markets? Today we are not going to guess, we are going to backtest everything scientifically using Python. So welcome to Backtest Lab. On this channel we test trading ideas with real data, no opinions, no fake claims, only statistics and evidence. First of all, if you want to access the code, you have the link below. If you do not have programming skills and you want to change some parameters, it's going to be easy. So basically, you just run the code on Google Colab and you start running each cell separately. However, you need to respect the exact order. Starting by importing the main packages. So the first one is going to be the Yahoo Finance API, and we have other packages for plotting data. And these are our main variables that you can configure. So the first variable is going to be about the assets. We are running the backtest on 50 assets. However, for illustration, we are using the gold and we are getting 20 years of data. We are using only daily candles. If you want to use weekly candles or by hour, you can change this parameter. So here, this is the touch tolerance. So basically, we want to check if we are bouncing or we are going through a level, and this level is going to be a support or resistance, and this is the tolerance for the price. So it's going to be 0.5% below or above this price to say that we are touching this level. And for the target, so if we are risking, let's say $100, the idea here is to target or to have a gain of 2 times the risk. So it's going to be $200. So basically you need to have at least 40% win rate to start being profitable. Before checking if we are touching the level as a support or resistance, we need to check the previous candles. So we want to have the majority of the previous candles here. So it's going to be 3 out of the 5 previous candles above this support or maybe below this resistance. So we are getting the data using this function as we did for the previous videos, and we are getting about 5,000 candles for the gold. First, we test moving averages. Basically, we are getting the average price of the last 20 candles, 50 candles, 100 candles, and 200 candles. And the moving average acts as a support when price comes from above, and resistance when the price comes from below and rejects. Let's see an example. In this example, we are using a 50 candles moving average. In an uptrend, this moving average can act as a dynamic support level. We can see price bouncing on the first touch and the second one. But after the third one, the support weakens and eventually fails. Price breaks below the moving average, which can signal a possible trend shift, and now it acts as a resistance. Coding this idea is very simple. We start by computing the moving averages for each candle. So basically we are computing the average of the last 20 days, 50 days, 100 and 200. So for each candle. And after that, we go through each candle and we see if we are hitting this level. So I'm not going to explain all the details here, but basically each time we are hitting the level, we are taking a trade. So if it is a support or resistance, we are going to save each trade. The first variable is going to be the type. If it is going to be support or resistance, we are also saving when exactly we touch the level, when we exit, and most importantly, this variable, which is going to be the outcome. So the outcome is going to be win, loss, or incomplete if the trade is not completed yet. And to get this outcome, we are using this function here that will give us the result. So we are using the same logic for computing the resistance, and this is our function for telling us if it is a winning trade, losing trade, or if the trade is not completed yet. And we run everything on our 5,000 candles here, and after that we compute our scores. It means how many times we won and how many times we lost and what was the win rate. So basically for the 20-day moving average, we had a win rate of about 29%. So we were able to win only 75 times over the 261. So this is not good. However, for moving average 50, the win rate was around 40%. So here you are starting to be profitable, especially if you are using the same risk every time and the same targets. However, this is not a good win rate as well. And you have also the moving average for 100 and 200, and the results are not that good as well. So what you can do, you can try maybe to mix two moving averages if one hits the other. So in that case, you can say this is a signal, and this is what we call golden cross or death cross. We already back tested this on the previous video. So you can use this as a signal. And what we are going to do next is check if we have another pattern. So we can use the engulfing pattern. This is the first video of this channel. You can have the link below. And we can also use the hammer and shooting star pattern. This is also another video that we backtested. So if we have the confirmation that we are approaching the level and we have an engulfing, this is where we enter the trade. So let's see this second version. This second version is going to be the same as the oldest one. However, we are adding extra conditions. So we are adding if it is a bullish engulfing. So this is how I verify the conditions. If you don't agree with these conditions, you can change them here. We are using the same thing for bearish engulfing. We are coding also if we have a hammer, if we have a shooting star. And basically having these extra conditions will tell us if it is a support or if it is a resistance. So we are running the same functions for checking the win rate. However, for each trade, we are adding an extra variable here to tell us if it is an engulfing or if it is a hammer or shooting star. This may be useful for analyzing the data. So we run our previous functions and we have the results here. The first table is going to be the oldest version, and the second one, this is the improvements. So if we will check the first one, which is moving average 20, we can see that we had previously 261 trades and the win rate was around 29%. We improve it to 37%, and here we had 60 trades. If you move to the moving average 50, you can see that we had considerably less trades, so 44 compared to 172. However, you did not improve the win rate, and the result got worse for the moving average 100. You had about 27%, and if you check for the moving average 200, you had only 17 trades over the last 20 years. So the problem with this combination is that you will have only fewer trades, so we are not going to use it for the remaining of this code. If you want to check your code to make sure that it is correct and to see each signal and validate them manually, you have here the plots. You can see, for example, here that we had this in hammer and the price bounced actually on the moving average and we hit our targets. You can see here another example where it did not work. So basically, even that we had a hammer, the price moved below. So what you can do is that for each signal here, you can confirm it manually. But because we are backtesting, we are doing automating trading, we don't want to do that. So we want to make it as simple as possible. And this is why we are using the first version of the moving average, because it is the simplest one. So now let's move to the second strategy. Ichimoku is one of the most popular strategies to read the markets, and we can use it as support and resistance. And here we are using the main three lines, the Kijun, the Senkou Span A, and Senkou Span B. Let's see an example. If you are not familiar with Ichimoku, we have a full backtest video on the channel, and in this specific example, we are using the Kijun line as a support. And of course, you can use also the cloud if you want to. So we can use it in an uptrend or in a downtrend. So we are using the Kijun here as a support, and it can bounce multiple times. We can put our stop loss either below the Kijun or on the cloud if you want, but you need to remember that it doesn't always work. To code the strategy, we are using the same logic, same three functions. The first one is computing the indicator. The second one is detecting if we are approaching the level. And the last one is computing the score. So we are computing here the Ichimoku as the first function. As you can see, we are using also the Tenkan-sen as a line. It is not going to be tested for support. However, we need it for calculating the Senku span A. And after that, the second function is detecting if we are approaching one of the three levels: Kijun, Senku span A, Senku span B. And the last function here is going to be calculating the score. So the same as we did for the moving average. So let's see the results of the moving average compared to the Ichimoku. So the first one is for the moving average, and the best results was on the moving average 50. And for the Ichimoku, the best results actually was when using the opening or the first level of the cloud, which is going to be Senku span A. However, here we had 142 trades, and still we stayed below 40%. If you want to check each signal manually, so you have the plots function here, and you can see, for example, that in this specific signal we were able to use the Kijun and we hit our targets. For the next signal it wasn't the case. You can of course improve the code and say, for example, if the level of the Kijun is flat, in that case we can use it as a support, or if it is combined with the cloud we can use it as a support. You can also check the lagging span, and here you can say, for example, it wasn't flat, so I'm not going to use it as a support, or you can change the code as you want. However, we are using here the simplest version. So now what we can do, we can check the results on different assets before making any comparison. Until now, the results are not that interesting. So we can confirm this with different assets. We can use, for example, indexes, or we can use Forex. Here I am using 50 different assets, and this is where things become really interesting, because maybe some assets respect support and resistance much more than others, and maybe trending markets produce cleaner reactions, what we saw in the previous video of the golden cross. So this is why we are testing different assets. So here we can run the function and we can have the results for each stock. We can have it in a nice table. You can see, for example, for Apple, the best moving average was on the 20 days and it gave you around 36% win rates. For the Ichimoku, the best level was Senku span B and it gave around 38%. And you can have this for all the assets, and you can notice that almost all of them are around 30%. Some of them, as you can see, are close to 50. And if you check, we don't have a good result. So using these two strategies is not good enough. We can have a summary here. So basically you can see that the moving average, if you compute the 50 assets, the win rate or the average win rate is going to be slightly better than the Ichimoku. However, both of them are still below 30%. So we don't want to use them. We can check which level actually acted better. So here the moving average 200, it was the best level for the first strategy. I was surprised to see that the moving average 50 was before the moving average 100. I was expecting the moving average 100 to be more solid. And for the Ichimoku, as expected, Senku span B is the most useful, and after that you have the Kijun, and the last one is Senku span A. So we can stop here or we can go further. What if we combine both strategies? What if we enter the trade if we have the same level for a moving average and an Ichimoku? And this is the last strategy that we want to check. We have two ways of combining these strategies. The simplest and the first one is going to take the best moving average, for instance, for the gold, and combine it with the best level of Ichimoku and see if price is using both levels at the same time. So this is method number one. The second method is to test all the possibilities. That means for the moving average, we have 4 possibilities for different parameters. For the Ichimoku, we have 3 parameters, so combining both of them is going to be 12 possibilities. We test them all and we see, or we take the best combination. Let's see the results of this best combination. You may expect that combining these strategies will give you better results, but this is not the case. If we see the Apple here stock, for instance, the moving average 20 gave us this win rate. If you check the Ichimoku gave us this win rate. However, the combination of the two of them did not improve the results. And this is where we say if the combination wins or not. You can see that sometimes the combination wins, but not all the time. And the win rates here in this column, as you can see, they are still less than 40%. Sometimes you can see a win rate that is more than 80%, but if you check the number of trades here is only 6 trades, so this is not robust. If we summarize this table in another one here, we can check that the moving average gave us better result, but still below 40%, and the combination was not always better. It was better only on 14 of the 50 assets. To conclude, we need to go back to our main question here. Does the Ichimoku and moving averages work as support and resistance? And clearly the answer is not always. As you can see, we tried by testing the gold, and on the moving average 50-day here we had around 40% win rates with 172 trades. With the Ichimoku Senku Span A, we had less trade, but it was also around 39%. Combining Senku Span A with moving average 50 did not improve the results, and we had also less trades. If we try all the possible combinations of these levels, we can get up to 70% win rate, however, with only 7 trades. If you enjoyed this type of trading research, subscribe to the channel, and if you want me to test other strategies or other support and resistance such as the volume profile, let me know in the comment section. See you in the next video.